go.
Hi everyone, this month we'll be doing our event in the Boat Center because it's all about the biosphere. So you'll be here on November 5th instead of in the SEC. So come on out and see us. Yeah. So the biosphere is where all life on Earth exists. It tracks all the other spheres, such as the lithosphere, the hydrosphere, and the atmosphere. It contains all ecosystems on Earth. Ecosystems being a grouping of animals and also non-living things interconnected in a way that they kind of sustain each other. And today we are going to be functionally doing that in a bottle, technically two bottles actually, and it's known as a biogun. So today you're going to need some seeds, 2 plastic bottles, a marker, scissors and potentially parental supervision for those scissors, some string, and of course some dirt. So next we're going to be poking a hole through the cap with scissors, maybe a hole punch would work. But yeah, let's do this. Try to be as careful as possible here. Yes. Okay, and then next, you're going to get some of your string and thread it through the hole that you make. My hole's kind of more like a slot, but it works. That's how it works. There we go. So, since you're going to be having this basically the string hanging down into here, you want to check to make sure the string is long enough to go down to the bottom there. Yeah, and then just a little bit of extra string up here, and cut that string. Some business are not great at cutting strings, so you might need to have some patience. Alright, so then take this cap, put in the string and do that, twist it back on. And then we're gonna hydrate our soil a little bit because it's kind of dry. So from what I understand, you need to have it so it's like kind of clumpy, but it feels damp. This is sort of clumpy, but it's like very, very dry. So I'm gonna add some water. So yeah, you can clump it, it's damp, but it's not super wet. And what you are going to do is you're going to, here in the Grow It Center there's very particular rules, so we are going to take this over this tub and bring soil in to here. Don't put it down too tightly, just get it in. And yeah. So now that that is filled with soil, we're going to put that down for a second. Too much. And then we are going to put this here. And then we're going to take our seeds. We're going to grow some sage here. And, take a couple because, not every seed is guaranteed to grow. So just take a couple of them and put them down in a few different spots. And then we put back these extra seeds. And then sprinkle a little bit of soil on top of this. Not a whole lot, you just want a little bit just to cover, kind of like a blanket. And then finally, we just take this last part, this last bottom that's remaining, and we put it over this. It might be a little bit of a fight. There we go. But yeah, there you go. Perfectly sealed, well, not perfectly sealed, but it is now sealed off in a way that when the plant, as it grows and starts doing transpiration, the water won't just evaporate up into the atmosphere, it will just stay in the bottle and float back down to the reservoir and continue the cycle through your plant and just keep living. So now you should be all set for setting this in a sunny place and just letting it grow for a while. Eventually it might outgrow this container and then you will have to start watering it yourself instead of relying on this to just cycle its water. But yeah, no, completely done. Next month, feel free to join us for every first Saturday of the month, as usual. We will be having cosmetic chemistry as our topic next month.